What is up, everybody? Happy Monday, right? Monday. Yes, hope everybody had a good 4th. It is Charlotte for the week, USA for the month. Episode, I believe, number 6, episode number 21, 22 overall. I'm losing count at this point. Had a few, but anyway, it is time for the episode. We have a recap. We have the U.S. playing in the, round of 32 here.
Group.
We're all, yes, we got out. We have our flags. I forgot about this whole part. We got out of the group.
We won our round of 32.
We won our round of 32. It was United States 2. It was Bosnia, or is there thing said B? I like that. Nil. So 2-0 to the US of A. The Stars and Stripes. Dominant win overall. They played great. It was really from start to finish. Maybe Bosnia had a couple moments early. I think they were getting adjusted to the light. The sunlight seemed tough in that game to start. But once they got used to that, it was all over for the Bosnians.
Do they not have sun in Bosnia?
I don't know. No, I'm talking about the United States. The sun that was coming in. It looked like it was bothering them to me. It was bothering me. I couldn't see the Bosnian players because they were too dark. But anyway, different story, different day.
That is a new one.
It didn't matter in the end of the day. Dominant win overall. Our boy Flo got it started. Not once, not twice. He actually got it started three times before they actually counted it. Had the foul in the box that they did not call. More on the ref here in a second. They had the offsides. He was offsides after that. But then that third kind of deflected goal got it right there before the half. 1-0 to the US of A. Then we go into the half, of course. Come out of the half, still as dominant as ever. Get the red card, which, again, we will talk about in a little bit. Flo with his red card. Non-red card, I don't know. We'll talk about that. 1-0. We're all worried at that point because it seemed like it was all systems go, and then
35 minutes playing a man down.
Yeah, it was going to be a long time. It's like we've seen this story before in Copa America, nonetheless, right? And obviously our main man so far with Flo going down with the red, but it did not matter. If anything, the U.S. just raised their game from there. They played excellent football from their forward. Malik Tillman, what a goal that was from him on the free kick. And, finished pretty much business as usual, 2-0. I'll pass it to you guys, whatever thoughts you have on the match. Obviously great. On to the round of 16. We'll talk about Belgium in a little bit. But
yeah, for me, a very mature performance, I think. Even after they went down to 10 men, it was just business as usual. I thought they were very tidy on the ball. I think that was one of my keys to the match last week. So they kept the ball really well, able to knock it around, and it just, they were just unfazed by the red card. So I thought it was a great performance overall. Just dominated Bosnia and Herzegovina. But I was nervous after the red card. I was like, please don't let us go out this way.
I was talking so much crap to all my friends, especially Billy, my buddy, shout out Billy. I was like, USA this, USA that, like England ain't nothing. He was talking about our midfield being weak. Like, come on, Malik Tillman, Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, we love you guys, by the way. Not weak at all. But then that happened, and then I was like, let's see what happens from here. But overall, just an outstanding performance, especially after the red card.
How about our guy, Michael Ream?
He
is. I'll let you speak about
I was going to speak about our boy, Tim Ream. There was that one chance, maybe the only real chance that Bosnia had in the box, and Tim got in there with his
he had an excellent game. Him and Richards
I think
together.
He's the one that started the whole passing sequence to score the first goal that actually counted. So, shout out to Tim, the captain. He played well. We love you, not just because you're on the U.S. men's national team, but you're our Charlotte boy.
You're our guy.
I also thought Pulisic, he did what he needed to do as the star player for the team. He definitely
looked rusty to me, I think, a little bit.
Well, yeah, but I think he did what he had to do. Players are drawn to him, and it opens up the play.
That's the way I look at it.
So I think it's time for him to step up, and I think it's we're gonna talk about keys, but.
Yeah, exactly. No, I thought he played well. He didn't have a lot of the ball in the game, but I thought he did a good job. He kind of held his line out wide and really created the space in the middle for Fuller and Balogun and for Malik Tillman to really, kind of cook up the middle. So, he wasn't as impactful as you would like to see a Pulisic be necessarily. But, again, I don't know if it was by design or whatever, but the residual effect, I think, was still great. I mean, opening up that middle for everybody else to be able to do what they wanted to do. But Did you have anything else to add to just the game part? Or
well, I mean, the only other thing I'd say about Pulisic is, like, in years past, it seemed like we had to have him have a big game.
Right.
And, I didn't think it was his best game. It wasn't his worst, but we have other players that can step in and make an impact. So I think that just speaks to the quality of our team.
Absolutely. No, I agree 100%. Like I said, it was that. And actually, funny thing, I saw Greg Berhalter. They were giving him an interview after the game, I guess, and he was talking about that. And all I kept thinking was, well, yeah, that's how you would have wanted to play it, was have, it be Pulisic-centric, and it's all about him, and if he doesn't play well, we don't play well. But that's not the case for this team.
Exactly.
We have such a dynamic midfield. We have such dynamic forwards that can go, like obviously Balogun, and obviously the rest of the team out there. There's so many other players that can do what they need to do out there. And so, yeah, I think it was perfectly fine. Now, again, with Balogun out next game, maybe we do need to adjust and have a little bit more of a Pulisic-centric, attack. But for this game, I thought it was perfectly fine for him not to be super involved the way that he, I guess, wasn't. I did, of course, want to talk a little bit about the red card, right? So very much a controversial play. They didn't call it on the field originally. Go to VAR. Of course, once they went to VAR, it was almost 100% chance that they were going to turn it over. But I'll pass it to you guys first. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I'll share mine afterwards. But
I thought it was a bunch of beep. Family friendly.
I like that you beeped yourself.
Yeah. We don't even have to put that in. Yeah, we won't have to edit that.
Exactly. Messi is the GOAT, but there is a very similar foul that Messi committed in another game, and nothing came of it. So I think if you're going to not call it for Messi, then you can't call it. And time again in all these matches we've watched, when it has gone to VAR, the refs have been pretty consistent of staying true to what they called on the field. So I was really upset to see that when he went to VAR, he actually changed it. Because I was like, where was he supposed to put his foot? He had no intent of playing the player. I mean, he was like, so I just thought, and I was like, when it happened, I was like, oh, great, here we go again.
Well, Balogun, he didn't even get a yellow card on the field for the foul. So, I mean, the ref didn't see it in real time.
It should have been yellow.
So then they go to VAR. I'm like, I don't know what he was to do there. Like
he's backing up on the player, like watching the ball calm down. Like, he's got to put his foot somewhere.
I mean, the amount of people we've seen step on players in this tournament is insane. And so
it looked bad. I mean, if you're going to put a steel frame, exactly. It looks bad if you're just going to put it in a steel frame. And he steps on his ankle. Of course he does. But your point is the biggest one to me, though. It's like, if you're going to have VAR and use it the way that you are, it's got to be consistent across. Yeah. It cannot matter what name is on the back of the uniform at the end of the day. And if his is a red card, so be it. But 1,000% so is Messi at that point.
Yes.
That's my only gripe of it. Red card, non-red card, whatever. If his is, so is Messi's. And you have to be able to call that consistently for everybody. Otherwise, this is what we get, a big argument about it. Yeah. That's where I'm at. Anything else to add?
I don't think so. I mean, it's just unfortunate, I guess. I hate that Balogun's going to be out for the next match. He's just been playing so well. So I hate that. I mean, I don't even remember any other fouls leading up to that one, too, which was like, I don't see Balogun as a dirty player or anything like that. It was just a really unfortunate incident, and I hate that we're going to miss him for the next match.
I think, though, this is going to give the guys even more drive. I mean, they already have so much they're playing for, but now I think they're going to see this as a real unfortunate that Balogun can't play in the next game. It opens up the door for someone to come in. So Pepe or Ahaji, right? I mean, this is your time to step in.
Should have been Pat.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was thinking that the whole time, Brian.
But I mean, this is your game to shine. Show us what you can do. We'll miss Balogun, of course, but I'm hoping that we do what we need to do so we can get to see him in the round of 8.
Absolutely. And we'll talk more about who we think should be that starter kind of down the road as we get to the match day preview. But just an unfortunate situation, I guess. And you hate to see him gone. But like I mentioned in the beginning, loved the response from the team. Loved the photo that I sent you guys of Tim Ream, kind of got his arm around Balogun there.
Such a dad.
Yeah, I know. He's got such dad vibes out there. Shout out all the dads.
But at the end of the day, country roads, baby.
Country Road.
It's all about country
Take
roads.
me home. We love hearing that anthem at the end of the game, just like we do in Charlotte when they play a little Whitney Houston. Been a little bit off on that this year,
Yeah.
different story, different day. But yes,
Anywho.
we love hearing Country Roads at the end of the game. We love victories, and at the end of the day, that's
We
all
got
we
it.
really wanted to get at the end
Round
of
of
the
16 is up next.
On to the round of 16, and we talked about that at the beginning. Round of 16 is kind of the expectation.
Yeah.
Now we're going for the
House
cherries
money,
on top
baby.
from here on out.
That's right.
Yep, and then we will be right back, I guess, after our commercial break, presented by
Timothy
Mr. Ream
Michael
here.
Ream.
Yeah, we don't have too much on the table. Yeah, we're raw dogging it as Brian would have said
Family
down there.
friendly.
Friendly. We're I don't know another word for that. That was the perfect.
Going
We're
without the
winging it.
laptops.
We're
Just
winging it.
There we go. Until next time. All right, and welcome back from an extended break for us. I guess it
That's
won't
right.
be for you guys, magic of television and everything. Had to watch the end of that last one. I'll let you talk more about that in a second. But yeah, we'll jump right into the second session here now. It's around the world, right? And unfortunately, we had a couple of our long horses go out of the tournament right here. They all made it. Shout us out. Yeah, exactly. Shout us out for getting at least past the knockout round, but nothing past that. It was my long horse, Ecuador, 0, Mexico 2, in what was a pretty dominant performance.
Just the first half, though.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
second half was like,
the second half they were just sitting on that lead the whole way, but it was Mexico 2-0. They took out my team, Ecuador, in rather convincing fashion, I would say.
yes.
Shout out Piero Hincapi, I think is how you say his name. I think he's dating Sabrina Carpenter now for all of the people under 15 watching this. So, but he got the red card. He got the second World Cup red card with the covering the mouth. I think he was just quitting on the game, if I'm being completely honest. I felt like he thought it was over. It was over. And he didn't want any more part of that. They dominated that game at the Azteca. Brilliant, home crowd for them. So
not being in Mexico and Azteca.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. And now I guess we get another team. England's got them next. England did beat DR Congo, and they will try that next time. Got Lydia talking to us as well. But yeah, that was my game. So my team out at the round of 32. Not a great bet as it turns out, but what can you do? What about you guys' game? So we had the tier bowl between between Netherlands and Morocco. We see one person smiling, we see one person frowning. I think you know what that means. So yeah, go ahead and
so our two long horses went head to head. They battled it out. It was a close match from start to finish, but Morocco did take it in penalties, 3-2 on penalties. Not a great showing for either team on the penalty side of it, but I think
there was a lot of misses there.
Yeah, it was
that left post was beckoning.
Yep. I think the moment of the game was Cody Gapko scoring the goal, and then just shouting out his son his child that they lost in childbirth. So it was a special moment for him. But Netherlands didn't advance, so that means a couple of Liverpool players go back and get a little bit more rest before the Premier League season starts. And Amy loses a bet that I will cash in at some point.
Hey, we'll keep it TV friendly for that bet. But no, what did you think about it?
I mean, I thought it was a great game. It was back and forth whole game. Penalties kind of was a little disheartening, to say the least, with the amount of misses. And then I'm not really sure why Netherlands put the people they did. I mean,
no Van Dijk in there.
You put a kid in that's never taken a penalty before for the Netherlands, and you have Van Dijk back there.
I didn't like the way Netherlands played.
No. They dropped back and try to ride it out. And in the World Cup, I just don't think you can do that. If you have the lead and you got the lead, you need to continue with what your game plan was and take it the full 90. And I think Netherlands didn't do that, and Morocco got the better part of them. So.
Yeah, I thought Morocco, was the better team. They deserved it at the end of the day. I wasn't happy, I guess you would say, with the way Netherlands played really the whole game. They did get the goal. They got the first goal, but that wasn't until, the 70th-ish minute or whatever. I thought Morocco took it to them the whole game, and Netherlands just sat on their heels. Obviously it got them to extra time. It got them to the penalty kicks at the end of the day. They couldn't win it. It was a good game, but Morocco, in my opinion, was the better team. Shout out Brian. They deserve to move on. and are the only of our long horses remaining. So
And
I guess they're all going to be on your team.
They play Canada tomorrow.
And Canada hasn't looked great, I don't think.
No.
So I can see them beating Canada, even though they're the host team. So we'll see. My long horse is still in it. We'll
absolutely
keep riding that long horse. Keep riding that long horse. Keep riding that long horse.
I think Canada probably is Canada's World Cup. I think ends tomorrow. Ends on Sunday.
Yes, Sunday, whatever day, whenever you guys see it.
They might have already ended by the time you see this.
Absolutely. So. We'll see. Morocco, the one team we have left going outside of course, the United States. Outside of our long horse picks, though, what did we think? What has stood out in the round of 32 for you guys? I guess I'll start with Brian down here.
So I think my favorite game to watch was the Croatia and Portugal game. It was back and forth. I mean, both teams went after it. Just an exciting match. Croatia ends up losing 2-1, but I thought they had tied it in the last second.
They did.
And then VAR took them out of it. I mean, but what a game. What a heartbreak.
What crazy technology that was. They said they saw the ball, and I don't know. I never saw the ball move. I
didn't either.
I never saw the ball move.
Cristiano Ronaldo gets his first knockout stage goal off of a penalty. He seems kind of washed, honestly. I mean, he's still in there, but it wouldn't surprise me if he comes off the bench the further they go into the tournament. But really exciting game. Shout out Luka Modric. That's his last international appearance. It was a great game, but
legend Luka.
Really
Modric,
cool to see Modric and Ronaldo at the end of that game.
It was.
Yes, absolutely.
And then of course, I also thought it was super cool how Ronaldo gave a shout out to Jota at the end of the game.
Oh yeah. Diogo Jota.
Yeah, forever. You'll never walk alone.
It was a special moment.
Absolutely, was a good moment. Not to not
happy
harp on
news,
that moment, but
news.
What about some other games that happened?
I think one of the best games, maybe not tactically or as far as skill, was the Argentina-Cape Verde game.
Oh,
I mean, it was. I mean, you have Messi on the pitch, which is always going to be exciting. Argentina always is an exciting team to watch.
In Miami,
but I mean, Cape Verde. I mean, if you are not a believer in those guys, I don't know what's the matter with you. They bring it. They play with heart. They put it all out there, and they are so fun to watch. They never give up. They're always in it. They always find a way.
That second goal they scored in extra time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. But I don't think anybody would have said Argentina wins that game 3-2 in extra time, and really don't score until the 118th minute to actually win it. So kudos to them. I mean, Bosnia, what a tournament for him. What a moment. I just think they're a story of the World Cup. I'm sad to see them go.
Yeah.
They were so fun to watch. But, hey, Cape Verde is going to be an up-and-coming football team because all those kids that watch those guys, I mean, what a cool
I didn't even know where it was. I had to look up where Cape Verde was. So, I mean, it's talk about a Cinderella. And, I was not a big fan of them expanding the tournament.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
I mean, they don't get in if they don't expand the tournament.
Well, I think they would have because they finished second in their group.
I think they make it regardless, which is crazy. But at the same time, absolutely the team of the tournament. I mean, obviously getting out at round 32 sounds like, what? But they drew against Spain. They drew against Argentina. They drew against Uruguay. They played. They played everybody to a draw at the end of the day, and did not give up. Definitely the game of the tournament for me was that one so far anyway, Argentina versus Cape Verde. The team of the tournament, though, so far has to be France, and that's the game I'll go ahead and jump on. It was France 3, it was Sweden 0. It could have been France 8-0 for all.
Yeah.
I mean,
that my gosh, that Olise.
The Olise bicycle would have been.
Was insane.
Oh yeah, obviously, and rightfully so. Mbappe gets the accolades, and he's getting the goals. He's scoring the goals.
He
right?
Should have had a hat trick.
He could have easily had a hat trick, but Olise is such a phenomenal footballer to watch. He to me is the best player on the team, even with a team like that. I mean, he just what he creates, man. Goals assists, just creativity.
The play.
Like he's got it all. But yeah, I mean, I think they are the team to beat right now. It is
100%.
France, and not that I'm going out on a limb and saying that and all, but at the end of the day, like that team.
They're just so fun to watch.
They create so many chances for
so
one another, and yeah, I think they are the team right now. I think that kind of closes it out for around the world, though, unless anybody has other.
But I mean, what a World Cup! I mean, this
what a World Cup so far. On to the round of 16. Cool. Well, we got one more game that we're about to watch, but you guys will already watch about this team. But we are on to the round of 16, and yes, what a tournament it's been so far. And then the cream has risen to the top, though. I would say the teams that are in are the ones that deserve to be there. Probably cliche to say, but true.
It is.
Right?
I mean, they're probably all top 16s at this point.
Yeah, the only big upset you would say is the Paraguay beating Germany, right? But outside of that, it's been a lot of great games. It's been a lot of contested games, but the best of the best have risen, and we are to that time of the tournament where we're going to be playing the best of the best. And that's what you want to see in a tournament like this is the best teams rise to the occasion, the best players rise to the occasion. We've seen the golden boots between players like Mbappe, Messi, Haaland, right? I mean, it has been a great tournament so far. Right when we come back, we'll get into, though, what we really care about. It is the United States in their next game.
Why not us?
Belgium. Why
not?
Why not?
All right, and into our not really final segment, but the one that started it all, everybody's favorite. It is the match day preview. It is the United States game number 5. It is the round of 16, the one that we've really been waiting on. I mean, it really, when we started doing USA for the month, we talked about what's good for the United States, and we said round of 16, moving on to the round of 8. Yep. So to me, this is the one that really, shows what we're about, I guess. It is United States versus Belgium, a European powerhouse, if you will. I don't have my notes, so I'm just going to make this up as we go. Their coach's name, Rudy Garcia, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Gabby, but it is, Belgium, Rudy Garcia. Captain, of course, is Kevin De Bruyne, the legendary Kevin De Bruyne, but he is older at this point in his career.
Belgium is older.
Right. Belgium in general is older, and we'll kind of get into that as the match day preview moves forward. They're a pretty standard team, right? They're going to run a 4-2-3-1. That is their main formation. That is what they run. They've been a powerhouse in the past. I think we are kind of getting to the edge of their golden generation. They are kind of bringing in some younger players. Key player for me on that team is going to be Jeremy Doku. He plays for Man City. He hasn't had a particularly great tournament so far. Kind of injured, kind of playing, not playing. But to me, we played this team, kind of leading up in March. They beat us 5-2. And he was just an absolute disaster for us to cover in that game. It's going to be really him versus Freeman, I believe, in this game. So big matchup for Freeman to be able to handle.
That game was close, though, until they brought a lot of the second.
It was 1-1 at halftime, right? Yeah, I mean, the score was deceiving. 1-1 at halftime when we had the starters in, and I think we're far beyond what that is. But to me, that is the player for them. Obviously, they got Troussard, right? They've got players that can really move it on the wing.
Ream and Richards are going to have their hands full with Lukaku.
Absolutely. Well, he'll probably come in. He hasn't been starting for them, but he has been coming in as a sub.
He started
he started one game.
But either way, yes, absolutely. Lukaku coming in late. They've got attacking presence. We know that. That's what they're known for. They're similar, to the U.S. in terms of they like to press high, they like to win the ball high. And then they like to use those wingers to get the ball in. And
we got younger legs.
Exactly. Their weakness is that,
age.
Right? I mean, they've been around for a long time. Experience can be a good thing, but once you have too much experience, right? And they have a lot of scar tissue from previous, I can't talk anymore. They have a lot of scar tissue from previous exits around this time. So really, to me, like I said, I guess we'll just kind of get right into the keys of the game. I do believe it's going to be the United States' ability to not only high press, but really just outpace the team.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I mean, this is penultimate game for us. This is where we thought we would make it. This is where we thought we would, of course, either go home or go on. So.
And we've got a real opponent in front of us in Belgium.
But I mean, I will say, if you look at the U.S. in this tournament so far and Belgium in the tournament so far, I definitely take U.S. and how we've been playing. We've been playing, bringing it every game. We haven't had. I mean, you could say the Turkey game was kind of a down.
It was a wash. We don't care. Yeah, it was.
like the way we've played in all of our games. Belgium, I think, has gotten very lucky. I mean, heck, Senegal had them 2-0 until the 87th minute, and almost like so. I like where we stand. I think also we're going to have to be able to control the midfield. I think it's going to be won and lost in the midfield. I think we need to make sure that we mark Doku.
I like to call him Daku, but I think yeah.
So I think we have to win those battles. We have to be first to the ball. And I think our defense needs to stand strong. I mean, whether Lukaku starts or he comes in off the bench, he is definitely a presence. He makes things happen for them. He's the one that started their comeback against Senegal.
He leads their country's leader in goals all time.
Yeah, I think until that final whistle blows, you cannot count Belgium out. I think they showed that in their last game.
What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, going back to the Senegal game, I mean, they outran them, and I think that's what we need to do. I agree that we're just going to have to outwork them, and if we do that, I think we're going to have a really good chance to win this game. To me, Christian Pulisic needs to have the game of the tournament for him. This is the time that we need him really to show up, particularly with Balogun out. So I think I'm expecting a huge match for him, whether that means a goal or an assist or at least bringing a lot of attention that leaves some other players open. So I think just high press, high intensity, and I think we're going to be all right in this game. It's interesting to me that both the teams that we could have played, Senegal and Belgium, maybe that's we played previously, and we did really well against both of them at times.
Yeah, you mentioned the Balogun thing, and I did want to get back to that. Obviously, we know from our previous segment he is going to be out for this game due to the red card in the last one. I guess, A, who starts in his place? And B, you did already kind of mention Pulisic. Yes, he's going to be the one that needs to step up, but maybe one of those unsung heroes that we think needs to step up outside of whomever starts in his place.
I think Pepe will probably start, but I honestly would like to see Haji Wright get the start. I think he's physically a better presence for us against a Belgium team that obviously is more physical. I think Pepe does great. Fast on the ball, quick on the ball. But I think in this type of game, especially defending-wise, you want a player in there like Haji Wright to help you on those corners.
He can run after them the same way.
And I think it's a great time. I mean, he stepped up and had great games in the past, and I think this is an awesome opportunity for him, whether he starts or he comes off the bench. I agree with Brian, though. Pulisic has to have a game, whether that means he's putting the ball in the back of the net or he's just drawing players to him to allow others to have that opportunity. It's essential.
Okay.
I think it's El Tren gets the start. It's Ricardo Pepi up top. He's been coming off the bench. So to me, I think he will be the player that's up top. I think the key matchup is going to be between Doku and Dest. If Dest can kind of push forward like he has been and pin Doku back, I think that'll be a really interesting part of the game to watch. And then my standout player, unsung hero, whatever you want to call it, is Tyler Adams. I think we need a huge game from Tyler Adams as well.
Yeah, couldn't agree. I think the midfield is – I mean, they've been great all tournament. Let's go ahead and say that, right? They've been fantastic. But I think in this game, we got to ask them even more of them, right? Because what we've seen and what we're going to lose from Balogun, whether it is Wright, whether it is Pepe, is just that high press that he brings consistently, right? I don't know that either one of those players – they're both good in front of net, right? I think they can both put the ball in the back if given the opportunity. I'm not as worried about that side. But that press that Balogun has consistently put on other teams and the pressure that he puts on other teams by pressing so high has really given us that opportunity to get the midfield working in around the box. I think that McKinney and Tillman both have to do that for themselves in this game, right? I think they're going to have to work that much harder. And like you just mentioned, Adams as well, being able to kind of clean up from that backside. I think the midfield is super important in this game. I'm on Amy's side, though. I think Wright gets the start. I do. Simply because I think Belgium's biggest weakness is that pace, that athleticism on the back. And I think that Wright is just a more athletically imposing player. I think if they do go Pepe, they end up actually bringing Pulisic up as well. And I think they maybe do a tandem kind of dual striker thing. But I like the idea of just putting Wright in there like for like just because he will be the guy that can run at that back line. He's direct. He's not going to combine the way that Balogun has done, right? He's not going to have those flicks and tricks that we've seen. But if we want somebody that can run right at the goal and really put them on their back heels, I think that Wright is that guy. And I think he gets the start. But if he is the one to get the start, that's where that midfield becomes all that much more important. They need to be the one stepping up and high pressing, and they're going to have to be all over the pitch in this game to watch the U.S. get the win. I guess that leads us right into it, though. We'll get right into the prediction time. What do we think happens? Who scores? Who wins? Historic, by the way, for the United States. This would only be the second time in our history that we have reached the quarterfinal if it happens. Very excited to see what it is. Brian, I'll start with you. Who scores? Who wins? Why?
Obviously, I'm going with a U.S. win. I really don't want this to go to penalties, but I think this is going to be a really tight game. I'm going to say it doesn't go to penalties. I'm going to say U.S. wins 2-1. I've got a goal from, I told you needed to step up. I'm going with Christian Pulisic with 1. And then, I'm going to go with El Tren with the other one.
Okay,
I'm going to stick with my guys.
Okay, I like it. Yep, so 2-1.
All
right.
I'm going 2-0. I think we keep a clean sheet. I think the defense stands tough. My goal scorers, I'm going with I think that midfield is going to play an important role. I'm going to go with someone in the midfield getting the goal. I'm going to go with a McKinney goal.
Ooh, I like that.
And I'm going to go with a Sergio Dest goal. I think Pulisic will play the ball, and one of those two guys are going to be the benefactor.
He'll be like the man of the match type, and he'll be the assister. Okay, yeah. I like that. I do believe it can be a tight game. I think that the U.S. comes out on the front foot. They take the lead early, first half. USA. That's a good bet in my opinion. Just going to say it. I do think we do finish the job as well, but it will be a furious Belgium kind of run at the end. Is kind of what I'm worried about once we do kind of tire out our legs. Again, the midfield's going to have to run a lot in this game. But I will go United States 3.
Oh.
I will go Belgium 2.
Oh, no.
I think it's going to be one of those type games, kind of classico, if you will. Goal scorers, again, I think Haji Wright gets to start. I think Haji Wright gets a goal. I think he'll be one of those. I've taken Weston McKennie every single game so far. He hasn't scored yet. He's been fantastic.
Gonna do it all.
But I got to stick with it. One of these days, I'll be right on that one, right? So, yes, we will go Weston McKennie.
Why are you doing the Mallorca magician?
That's his thing, too.
That's Pep Biel's
This
thing.
Pep Biel, shout out Pep Biel, Charlotte for the week, coming back in soon. But that's also his thing.
Really?
You haven't seen it because he hasn't scored yet, but he will.
I didn't know that.
Yep. And then third goal scorer of the game. It's hard to go against Puli sick, right? I mean, he is going to have one of those games like you mentioned, with no Balogun in there. He is the best player on the team, right? He is Captain America, not literally, but
the tiger, baby.
We got to see one of those. So I think it's one of those where we're up like 2-0 early, and then they come back, and then we need to go late, right? But I
do not want the game to play out like you are. That sounds way too nerve-wracking.
It's not going to be for the faint of heart. This game is not. We do have one more. We got one more to call up.
I'm not sure what that
Mark
was.
took my prediction.
That was Anchorman.
I was going to say the exact thing.
I was actually you said it. We have Caitlin. Yeah, come on in, Caitlin.
Do I say the same thing Mark said?
You say whatever you think.
Mark stole my prediction. I was going to do
all the same players.
Exactly, all of them.
No,
I
promise.
Haji Wright. I had the sheet before.
Haji Wright, Weston McKennie, and Pulisic.
I mean,
me too.
Did you know what's going to happen in America? You heard it here first. Like, that is going to be it. If she's saying it, if I'm saying it, we're both the smartest people on this set. No offense.
Hey.
So I think
glad you gave her a mic that doesn't work.
I didn't know. Is this one dead? Yeah. Oh, well, sorry about that. Either way, we say it's going to be United States 3. It's going to be Belgium 2. All of us say it's going to be a victory and a historic victory for the United States.
Us?
As Poch said, why not us?
And you know what we got to do? You know what time it is?
It's almost that time. Before that, thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, and then we will end this one as we try to.
It's a country roast time, but it's also a...
You S.
Hey! See you
Let's
around the
go.
gate.
Country Road, take me home. Let's go, boys.